Welcome to Snipisode 27 of the Daily Dose of DMC podcast. Today is Tuesday, February 7th, 2023, and I'm your host, HK. Good morning, all you lovely people, and welcome back to another Snipisode of the Daily Dose of dedication, motivation, and commitment. It's Tuesday morning, and I have to say I do feel a little bit tired. I've been doing really short nights, and I gotta say, yesterday, Monday, was just one of those days. So, as you guys probably noticed, before we get into our topic today, I just want to share. I want to know your thoughts on yesterday's Snipisodes, because it was completely silent. If you're wondering why there's a gap, if you're listening to this on Spotify, why there's a gap between Snip 25 and 27, it's because I only uploaded to YouTube. I uploaded a silent video. I didn't want to simply record a few sentences and say that we're going to meditate and upload that to Spotify, so forgive me for not doing that. Maybe I should have. Not sure. I just wanted to have that short period. So if you're listening to Spotify, you may have been wondering, okay, what happened? Did it stop? No, it didn't. On YouTube, I uploaded Snipisode 26. It was completely silent, and I just needed to start the Monday off with a little bit of focus on inner self. Just take the time, take those 4 minutes together with you guys, and just really shift my mindset towards this week and a lot of the things that are currently going on and that's happening, and I needed to do that consciously. And so I just wanted to take some time, and rather than talk and share and do things, I just wanted to just actually execute on the fact that starting our week off with some quiet meditation without just saying anything at all, that's what I needed to do. Anyways, I hope that helped some of you, and that was maybe interesting. And with that, I just want to jump in today's Snipisode. I want to talk about focusing on opportunities instead of obstacles. And it relates closely, very closely, with what we discussed in Snipisode 15. What is an abundance mindset? If you haven't listened to that, jump back, have a listen. I'll mark that on YouTube at the top right as well. But an abundance mindset, if you guys remember, is just a way of thinking. It's approaching life in the thought that there's enough to go around for everyone, and abundance is not limited. It's also being grateful for whatever the universe provides to you. And individuals with that mindset, with this abundance mindset, like I said, we believe that there's resources and opportunities, and success is not scarce, and it's available to everyone. Yeah, so go ahead, have a listen to that. Listen to Snipisode 15, where I talk about this more specifically, an abundance mindset. But I just really need to reiterate myself to that. I have been having such a lack of sleep these last couple days because I've been working on quite a few things and chewing through a lot of stuff, and lots going on right now, and like we talked about sleep just the other Snipisode. I have to say, man, at some point, yeah, you really feel like, and then there's those moments, until I have the opportunity to take that quick nap to really just to power myself up again. So in between that, I feel a little like wheezy and whatnot, yeah. And then you get these moments where you're just like, okay, I know what I got to do, I know what I got to focus on, but maybe that motivation is lacking just a bit to really just tackle that thing right now, or it's like you just don't see it, yeah? Even though you know it's there, you just don't see it. And I was kind of going through that just a little bit. Yeah, that's what this is all about. I'm just being open and honest here. And especially on one of the projects I'm working on, my kids, and lots to do there, and such tremendous potential. I was just having that moment of doubt for a second. So, and the thing is, and that's why I want to talk to you guys about that today, because we're humans. We're just wired to focus on obstacles. Yeah, we're focused on obstacles more than we are opportunities, because our brain has that tendency to prioritize potential threats and dangers. And that's known as the negativity bias, which is basically just how we've evolved over time, that survival mechanism in us from I would say our ancestors, to be alert, to be cautious, survive in that dangerous environment they had, that tendency to focus on those threats. And that's what helps us, stay alive and avoid danger, per se. And that's also why humans are our brains are always so wired just to focus on that negative. And that problem is that negativity bias leads us to focus on obstacles rather than opportunities. So even in those moments, so take my project that I'm working on, and I know the potential and where I want it to go. The vision is there. I know what the mission is and what I want to accomplish and how I want to accomplish it. But in those moments, there's that doubt that creeps in, that lack of sleep mixed with a lot of things to do. So I'm focusing on those obstacles rather than on the opportunities of saying, hey, I am creating something that has already gained tremendous traction from where it started with just being one visitor, which was me, to now over 30,000 unique visitors a month. And as we continue to build that, to really for me to continue focusing on the opportunities, because when we encounter obstacles, our brains tend to prioritize them, and our brain amplifies that importance, leading us to become more focused on the challenges than on the opportunities. And ultimately, and this is what happens to me, it just leads to feelings of frustration, anxiety, self-doubt, and it can really limit your ability to see those possibilities and to take action. And to me, it was just perhaps that lack of sleep. It was a mix, a little bit of everything that's kind of going on right now. So yeah, that's kind of what I've been needing to do now these couple of days, and that's why I'm talking about this, because like I said, the daily dose to me is also not just sharing with you guys and having all of us shift and transform our minds to positivity, but to also chew through these things and kind of like self-therapy to me. And it kind of reminds me of certain aspects of life when I'm in those moments. Anyways, to overcome that tendency and cultivate this abundance mindset that I'm talking about, it's really important just to actively work on shifting our focus to those opportunities and instead of those obstacles. And that's why yesterday I just wanted to start our day off with some meditation and positive self-talk. I was doing some visualization practice, and through that, just looking towards the perspectives and towards the insight of where I want to go and what I needed to do now within these last hours yesterday, and just things that have come up, so like networking and collaborating with others, keeping my mind open to new ideas and new experiences, rather than just focusing and honing in on the things that I want to do with the platform. But anyways, so that is how we're going to develop that positive and proactive mindset to overcome those obstacles and move forward, per se, with greater ease. That is what this is about, because the importance of shifting our perspective from obstacles to opportunities plays such a critical role in shaping our overall experiences and the outcomes of those. Because you see, when we focus on those obstacles, we become limited by our own beliefs. We become discouraged, by the setbacks, and that's kind of a little bit of what I'm going through the last couple of days with certain things. But it's that cinema in my mind. But by focusing on the opportunities that I see, that I've been working out for such a long time, you open up yourself to new possibilities. You can cultivate that more positive outlook. But I think through that lack of sleep, through that overworking, through just being on this day in and day out, a lot of it just crept up on me in that moment, and I was just thinking to myself, oh man, you know what, dude, you're really just focusing on the wrong thing here. And then those negative thoughts and those feelings come up, and it's that those are triggered. It's between frustration and it's self-doubt, And that basically, that, like I said, that further limits our ability to see those opportunities and to ultimately take the action that we need to take, even though I have it. Yeah, I've been working through my to-do lists and working on things. And those obstacles is what's going to limit that growth. It's gonna close off that progress. And eventually, in perhaps in your situation, to new experiences. And it's going to limit your ability to see those opportunities. So you're gonna miss out on a lot of stuff. And so that's why I just need to take a step back, regroup, refocus, and then just basically shift my mind again towards that abundance, towards growth, towards saying, hey, I mean, it's mind-blowing where the project currently stands. And like I said, like all things, we're humans. Life, like you said, it's a roller coaster. It goes up, it goes down. But as we cultivate a more positive and proactive mindset, I really believe that we as people will grow and will develop, will be more resilient. And then ultimately, all this just leads to being, able to handle setbacks more easily. So, like I said, what did I do? Just to share that quickly as well. What did I do? I broke down the obstacles I was building up in my head. I wrote down on just, again, small, manageable tasks, and from the tasks that I already had worked out, just to kind of chew through that again. Then I stepped back from it. We took a really long walk with the family and just looked through new perspectives, new insights, discussing it with myself, with my spouse, and just to expand my thinking on how I'm approaching this. And there's also, if you're facing this as well, there's also, like I said, networking, collaborating with others I think is important. Just keep an open mind in this. Embrace new ideas and experiences, because that's going to help you cultivate that abundance mindset. We've talked about that in the previous Snipisode. And ultimately, I think the real benefits that are going to come out of this, and I notice this now within the last 24 hours, is just increased creativity, innovation. Because as you focus on those opportunities instead of those obstacles, you're going to become more creative. You're going to become more innovative. In really just approaching those challenges. And I've noticed that. It's just from stepping back yesterday and meditating to what we're doing today and discussing this and working through this piece by piece, you're going to develop those new solutions. That's exactly what I've done, and that motivates again to continue and keep consistent, because that's what's going to lead ultimately to greater success, to greater personal fulfillment for myself in this project. Yeah, so that's a little bit. I just wanted to talk a little bit about just focusing on those opportunities instead of obstacles, because that was just something I was just going through now recently. Again, if you're listening to this on YouTube, guys, really appreciate it. Hit the like button. Would appreciate if you subscribe, press the bell, whatever. Share it with family and friends. And most importantly, just reach out. Let's have a conversation. Would love to hear your feedback, some inputs. And I know there's been one or the other person with each Snipisode or throughout the weeks recently who have done that, and I really appreciate it. Has launched into some great conversations and some thoughts. With that being said, enjoy this amazing day today. Stay dedicated, motivated, committed, all day, every day.